live Zoom, as that gives you the opportunity to interact with Dr. Wallach and even ask your questions from Dr. Wallach. So if you have a question for Dr. Wallach and you'd like to join us live, again, go to dailywithdoczoom.com and you'll be able to join us here live. I just want to welcome everybody. If you were invited by somebody specific, don't forget to get back with them and tell them thank you for inviting you to this program. This is a special honor that we have to be able to jump on here with Dr. Wallach as he takes time to continue the message of hope. This is part of his schedule. This is what he does every day, several times a day. And the fact that he includes us in it, I feel greatly honored. And as the hostess of this program, I am honored to be the hostess of Daily with Doc Zoom today. So anyways, my name is Becca Dukes, and I want to say the food supplies around the world are null and void of the nutrition that we need in order to do more than just survive. Folks, I don't know about you or where you're at in your health journey right now, but I was not surviving. In fact, there were days where I was hoping I would make it through the day. And when I started giving my body the nutrition that it needed, I got my life back and started to thrive, not just barely survive. And the information that is going to be shared today is going to be very beneficial in helping you to do the same. So as we are going through, we do have a special guest that we are waiting for. In addition to, of course, Dr. Wallach being a special guest. But Dr. Wallach, you have been a lifetime learner. You have been feeding into the lives of so many people around the world, and it doesn't matter who they are. You love people. You love to lift people up and give them hope, because you yourself, being somebody that nobody wanted to be around as a child, found that, and now you're able to share it with others. So I just want to thank you. Well, and folks, I don't care if it offends you or not, I'm praising God that God used Dr. Wallach to make such an impact and have him go through everything that he has gone through to be able to share his story today. So, Dr. Wallach.
Well, thank you, Becca,
Welcome.
and your team for the kind introduction and your presence and everything you do and the consistency of everything you do. And again, today we're hoping and praying that Theo gets here, because he was to be the featured guest, but we'll start out with his story. Some years ago, of course, I'm only, 5'6", I think, when I'm standing tall. 5'2" when I'm slouching. Okay. And it's one of those things where I'm not a basketball player because I'm too short. Well, Theo, I met him, his pastor actually brought him to us because he had lost his position with the Atlanta Hawks. He had been playing with them after he graduated college, and basketball, of course, the Atlanta Hawks. And he had bone-to-bone arthritis in both his legs. Now he's 24 years old. He had bone-to-bone arthritis in both his knees. He had the cartilage slipping off his hips. He had a fracture in his shooting arm wrist, his right wrist. And so he lost his contract 1 year into his 3-year contract with the Atlanta Hawks. It was like a $30 million contract because he's a shooter. Okay, he was good. A defender, he was good. And his pastor brought him to me and says, I understand you're working with athletes, boxers, and people in basketball and football and stuff. What about basketball? I said, well, let's talk to Theo. So he brought Theo over, and sure enough, I said, well, yes, sir, we can do something for you. And what I did was I took we already knew about the 90 essential nutrients. we're already going that direction. The 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids, which are the basic necessities of all human beings, especially those that are doing physical stress, including sports. But because he had all this stuff going on with all his cartilage and connective tissue and disc and all this kind of stuff, we came up with a collagen product we call glucogel. Okay, we added the glucogel collagen product to the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, or the Healthy Start Pack, and called it the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, and brought it to Theo. Got him taking it 2-3 times a day, and in 6 months' time, he gets another position with professional basketball. Okay, to make a long story short, he played for 11 more years, made $100 million, and he buys, with that money, he buys this facility, which is a rehab facility on many, many acres of land in Georgia. And he uses it to help disabled kids that are emotionally disabled, psychologically disabled, and physically disabled. And he does that for the community. I thought that was so great for him to do that. And of course, if you look at the cans of Rebound, if you look at the canister of the powdered Rebound, I don't think it's on the box of the sticks, but on the canisters of Rebound, there's a picture of Theo. In the cans of Rebound, there's a picture of Theo. And of course, I think it was probably a year or two into it where he became famous again. He was a shooter. He was just unstoppable. And so he came up with a sports drink for him, Rebound, to compete with Red Bull. And it's really, you know, the story of what should I say, energy drinks for athletes is kind of a sad story. Red Bull became, you know, the primary one. I mean, it was the big guy. Okay, it still is the biggest one, I think. But a couple of months ago, a guy by the name of Dietrich Mateschitz, who was one of the co-founders of Red Bull, died at age 78. And he'd been bragging for years where he'd been drinking 20, 25 cans of Red Bull a day, okay, for over 20 years. And he dies at 78. And this is really a terrible story when you think about it, okay? And Red Bull only has one mineral in it, only has the mineral magnesium in it. And then you go back to 1973 when Bruce Lee died of a heart attack. He was only 32 years old, and he was considered the fitness guru. He was considered the fitness athlete in every country in the world. He was invited to speak at graduations at colleges and speak to professional teams and Olympic teams all over the world. And he dies of a heart attack at age 32 because he only supplemented with one mineral, magnesium, because doctors convinced him, don't waste your money on vitamins and minerals, just take, you know, just eat well, you get everything you need. And unfortunately, he believed the doctors, okay, instead of us. And he died at age 32 of a heart attack. Terrible, terrible story. Okay. A good story turned terrible. But anyway, Theo has done such a great job. He continues to be a community person. He continues to go around the world and share his story and, you know, bring young athletes along and make sure that they know his story so they can take the 90 essential nutrients and do the rebound and so forth. We can't thank Theo enough for this, okay? Because there's literally, I would say, there's tens of thousands of people every hour, every day, every week, every month around the world who use our program with the Rebound sports drink and the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for their bones and joints, okay, because of Theo's story. And he is what Bruce Lee should have been, because Theo's been doing this with us. I don't know exactly. I was going to get the exact time from Theo, but it's like 25 years or more. Okay, 25 years or more. Theo's been with us, bringing all this information to people. Okay, saving kids, having kids, you know, who grew up in very, what should I say, districts of very bad places they're living to get into college because they gain skills and strength because of our sports diet, our healthy bone and joint pack, and also our Rebound, and going on to play basketball, to play football, to wrestle like I did, to get into boxing like my father did, and get into all these sports, track and weightlifting and so forth, because of our Rebound. So very, very proud of that. And I apologize because, you know, we thought Theo was going to be here. Maybe he got the times mixed up because he's on the East Coast. We'll see. But at any rate, we do have a set, a 3 CD set that I want everybody that has somebody in their family who exercises, who's somebody in their family who works in some place where they do a lot of physical labor. For somebody who's going to school, junior high, high school, grade school, college. Okay, they're in the military. All right, I retired as Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force, so I know about the military. And so CD number 1 is Dead Athletes Don't Lie. Talks about a lot of famous athletes died in their 20s and 30s because they weren't taking the 90 essential nutrients. And then the second CD.
There he is.
Oh, is Theo on now?
Theo is, I think he's on. Yeah. Theo, is that you? Has to unmute.
Okay, well, I'll keep going until he unmutes. Okay, so the second CD is exercise without supplementation is suicide. Okay, because when you exercise, you're not just losing water in your sweat, you're losing nutrients. And if you're just drinking water to rehydrate, you're not going to make it. And that's why there's so many athletes in their 20s and 30s and 40s that die of what's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease, which in little infants is called sudden death syndrome. Okay, we found out the cause of cure. Well, we can't say cure. We found out the cause of prevention of it in these infants and in athletes when they get diagnosed. If they don't just die on the court or in the field or in the shower, but they do have a heart attack, we can rehab them, okay, with the 90 essential nutrients and these what we call the secret sauces for this particular deficiency. The third CD in the set is What Kills Billionaires. What Kills Billionaires. These 3 CDs, everybody should get this CD set and listen to it. If you give it as gifts to their family, because even if they're not going to be professional athletes, okay, even if they're just going to exercise and walk around the block, they need this information because exercise without supplementation is suicide. Okay, now were we able to get Theo on?
He is here with us, Dr. Wallach. We're working on sound. Theo, if you could try unmuting again, let's see if we still have an echo.
Okay.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm about to go outside. I was in the gym, so we're
All right. We have Theo Ratliff in the house with us. Thank you so much, Theo, for joining us here on Daily with Doc. Dr. Wallach was just giving an introduction of your story and how the two of you met. And I'm so excited to have both of you here with us today. And when you are positioned where you can turn your camera on, I'd like to have both of you up here on the screen so that we can see you both in a conversation.
Yeah, because I need some dates from Theo. Theo, you there?
yeah. Hold on for
Okay.
a second.
He's getting situated, Dr. Wallach.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So I
just
know
walking. I'm walking to my car right now.
Okay.
All right, fantastic.
Okay, because I'm going to find out exactly when your pastor put us together. Okay. I want to know how many years ago it was. Okay. And what professional teams you played for and so forth, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And okay, all right, tell me when you're ready. And it's one of those great stories. It was a story that it was the never-ending story because we always added to it, and Theo just kept on going and adding to it. And so it's one of those great stories that needs to be told over and over and over because there's so many people who wind up with injuries unnecessarily, who get injuries and don't get proper treatment unnecessarily. There's people who die prematurely unnecessarily, okay, because they don't get the information. And again, the 3 CD set is actually put together as Theo's story. Dead athletes don't lie, exercise without supplementation is suicide, and what kills billionaires. And you have to appreciate that just drinking water after you exercise, rehydrate, is suicidal, because sweat is not just water. Sweat contains all the nutrients floating around in your blood. When you're sweating them out, I mean, you're exercising heavily twice a day and then, playing on teams and that kind of stuff.
Hey, Doc, look up.
Hello, we're good. Okay, there's Theo. Okay, let's see here. When did we get together? What year was that? When the pastor brought you?
2002.
2002. So it's 20.
Everything was going awry for me.
I know it was going good.
Yeah, everything was going great until it wasn't.
Okay, and then the pastor brought us together 21 years ago. 21 years ago.
Yeah, so 2002, I met Phil Oliver and Mike Glenn, who you guys might know. That's a part of the distribution team here in Atlanta. After I had just got traded, after making an all-star game, breaking my wrist, and also during that summer, after I had recovered from the wrist injury, I just took a routine jump, and I ended up tearing my labrum in my hip. So everything was just falling apart. And I met those guys. They spoke to me about, have I ever heard of mineral deficiencies? And I'm like, what is that? I have no clue what that is. And so they was like, man, I need to introduce you to Dr. Joe Wallach. I need to introduce you to a Dr. Joe Wallach, who has basically helped to treat we call it the Pig Pack Plus before, the arthritis and pigs and different things of that nature, and all of these different treatments that he's done through his veterinary medicine, and he's taken it into his practice of being a doctor through human medicine. So through human, using minerals for the human body to heal different things of the same diseases that plague the animals. So I was kind of skeptical at first, and it kind of sounded crazy when you're talking about, the human in the mix, especially with me being young. But as I did my due diligence and understood exactly where he was coming from, when he's talked about, you're not going to give an animal a $100 pill in order to supplement some of the disease and injuries that he has. You're going to find a nutritional way, which is a lot cheaper, to be able to help cure certain things in animals. So with that said, when he formulated American longevity at first, he created that platform to be able to utilize it with their human body. So I've been taking the product, like I said, now 20-something years, going strong, still going strong. Just had some a few minutes ago, right before the workout with the boys. So it's something that I do on a daily basis to just maintain my health, even after playing 16 years in the NBA. So it's a great product. We love Dr. Death. I mean, he's, like I say, he's been a savior for me, because, like I say, in 2001, after I did the labrum tear and trying to recover, the problem was I wasn't healing, and I thought I was going to have to retire. So as I got on the nutrients and my body started building back, I got stronger and stronger as I was with the Atlanta Hawks, and I ended up winning two defensive block shot championships. Led the league in block shots for 2 years. For 2 years, 2 years in a row after that. And then signed a nice big contract, which, I love and appreciate you, Doc.
Well, just telling your story is good enough. We appreciate your story. I have to ask you a question, Theo. Let me interrupt here. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. When it comes to your healing story,
Mhm.
you did something with some of your money. You bought this facility. What would you call it? Is it a rehab center or a training center? What is it you?
Oh, I have an activity center that I
Activity center. Okay.
through the foundation.
Okay.
Through the foundation. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
What foundation?
community center back home in Demopolis.
Okay. And
We
what's the
help
name of your foundation?
the community with different projects, and people can come in, play basketball. We have a computer center where the adults can learn how to work computers, kids, everybody. As a whole, it encompasses the whole community to come
So
in.
how long have you been running that facilities there for the community?
That facility been in existence for at least 15 years.
15 years. Okay. So that's very thoughtful of you to spend, a lot of people just take the money and run. And the fact that you invested in your community, invested in your family, invested in the state, we're really so very, very proud of you that you did such a great job in healing yourself. Okay. And of course, we're glad we were able to contribute to that. And you stayed away from all the bad stuff. You didn't do street drugs, and you didn't, do alcohol and all that kind of stuff. You did nutrition. So we're very, very proud of you. And thank you for taking care of the community with your facility. We really are so proud of you for that.
A great product came out of this as well, because when I came back, which helped me, get those block shot titles and second team defensive player of the year and all those different accolades that I got through the NBA, was that good old rebound. Doc is holding the cans up right now. And also the
stick. Yeah.
I call it the magic stick.
The magic stick. There you go.
Yes, you can run it. You can take it anywhere you want with you. Put it in about 8 ounces of water, and you're good to go. Your energy is high, and all things are well.
There you go. It's one of those things where you create an entire, what should I say, community, okay, because the previous energy drinks were primarily sugar and caffeine. Our Rebound has 75 minerals in it and 25 vitamins, amino acids in it. It has 25% of the sugar and 25% of the caffeine that Red Bull has in it. And Red Bull only has one mineral in it. It only has magnesium in it. We have 75 minerals in Rebound. So we're very, very proud of you. And of course, at home, I drink the cans, but I pop the tops and at night put them in the refrigerator so they're flat in the morning, all the carbonation is gone. But when I get in an airplane, like you say, or I'm going out to dinner at night, I take the sticks with me and tear the top off and put them in a little bottle of water and drink them. And so I go through at least 2 full doses of the Rebound a day, and I only weigh 142 pounds.
You lost some weight, huh?
Yeah, I did lose a little bit of weight. I had gotten up to about 160. It was my high point. I got up to about 160, and so, but that's because I was eating 4 or 5 meals a day, and I'm back down to just eating two nice meals a day, and having at lunch I'll have some of our triple treat chocolate and some cheese sticks along with the Rebound, and that's my lunch. But I'll have 2 big a breakfast and a big dinner time. Okay, I like my steaks and I like my eggs, and I like all that stuff. And we can't thank you enough because you've been such a good example to young athletes coming along, Theo. You didn't do drugs, you didn't abuse alcohol, and so we're so very, very proud of you for all the things you've done for kids, for America, for humanity in the world. So we're very proud of you for all you've done.
Yeah, Doc, I try to school them every time I get a chance.
Well, so let's school some people, not just athletes, because I've got a question here on YouTube wanting to know if Rebound is just for athletes.
Oh, of course not. I mean, anytime you need a pick-me-up energy-wise, and also it has the minerals in it as well. So that was one of the main purposes for Doc creating it, is so I can replenish minerals, or you can replenish minerals as you work out, or if you just need a boost and you need some good nutrition, It's better than grabbing, you know, the Gatorades and different things. And nature that gives you nothing but, like you said, sugar and water.
There you go.
So I have a couple questions. Theo, you were breaking bones, tearing tendons, ligaments. Doctor mentioned a hip capsule. That's painful. I've torn a hip capsule, and he said that yours was slipping off, something like that. And I wasn't an athlete. So you had put your body through a lot as a teen. And you were experiencing that. You started feeling all of these effects at how old?
Well, unbeknownst to me, it was going on because, I mean, when you're young, you just playing through stuff. But, you know, as I started going into the NBA, they started telling me I had degenerative tissues and knees and different things, and it's just from the long term of being from playing from elementary all the way through college. But they still drafted me anyway, so they felt I could last, but I would probably start suffering some injuries, you know, right around that 5th, 6th year, and it happened just like they said it would, and my body started falling apart. So yes, it was it was a tough road, and it started early on, you know, even through early as college days.
So what I take from this, Theo, is you don't wait until you're starting to feel the negative effects of working your body.
Well, definitely don't worry, because like I say, what I had was early. It would be, I was an older man. You know, I was developing osteoporosis, lack of, you know, the vitamin D, the minimal. I mean, and you know, with what the minerals brought with the OsteoFX and magnesium, it brought that ability to be able to get the calcium up, the vitamin D up, and all those things to help, you know, strengthen my bones. At the same time, you got the gelatin, the glucogel, and everything helping to coat the joints, to rebuild cartilage and different things of that nature. That helped me, like I said, continue to play 10 more years in the NBA.
Yeah, it was all built for you, Theo.
Well, he like pushed you to put something together, Dr. Wallach. But what has come of this formulation to help Theo can now help anybody and everybody. I know it helped me. I had the degenerative bone and disc disease, 30 years old. The neurologist that was looking at my MRI walked in and walked back out because he thought he was coming to see somebody 65 to 70 years old in poor health.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
So, folks, I mean, Theo, if you don't believe my story, here we have Theo that has taken the nutrients and it has made such an impactful, I mean, it gave him his life back. It gave him his career back, allowed him to be able to continue a career that he loved for many, many years, making enough money to make an even larger impact in his community where he lives, plus be an example, folks, of it's not too late. And for us as parents and grandparents, and even kids that are listening to this, if you're active, or I'm going to say for me, I was living in Phoenix. I did a lot of sweating. Of course, on the farm, I did a lot of stuff, but I was not an athlete. You take the nutrients all the time, starting as early as absolutely possible to give your body what it needs so that it can thrive from the beginning and keep on going. Now, Theo, you're no longer an athlete. Are you still taking the nutrients?
Oh, yes.
Actually, you are still an athlete. I mean, you're working out with your kids, and there you go. He's got them right there.
Yeah,
You got muted.
I had it before I went to work out with the kids. Like I said, it's something that, you know, it's a part of me. I try to take it every time I get a chance, every day of the week, if I can.
I started when I was 9. When I was 9 years old is when I started.
least 4 times a week for sure.
Yeah, it's part of a lifestyle, folks.
Yeah,
You're investing into your own wellness.
right.
And I
like Doc
think there is nothing better.
Yep, and like Doc said, when they talked about the number of pills, like the gelatin pills and the EFA pills, it was like it's natural. So it's not like you're taking pharmaceutical drugs. So don't be alarmed. You have to take 6 pills. That's always the biggest hurdle for people when I talk to them about it. Like 6 pills? No, I'm not taking 6 pills because it's natural to just take 1, 2 pharmaceutical drugs, and then you get the effects of whatever it is. But with this, is natural. So whatever it is that you put into your body, it absorbs in your body. It's not going to cause any side effects or different things of that nature, which is always a great thing. So
I think you made a good point, Theo, that the medications deal with the symptoms and don't get to the basic root cause of the problem, where these nutrients get to the basic root cause of the problem, which is a totally different approach. So thank you for pointing that out.
Well, and think about it. We're using food as medicine.
Right.
Are you going to get filled up and fortify your body with just one little pill that chemically alters the body and its response to pain? No, you're not. So folks, when Doc goes through, he takes a lot. I've seen it. I don't take that much. And I still had great results, and I still feel great. And you can too. So we invite you to give Dr. Wallach's formulas 90 days. I mean, you're going to start feeling the difference. Don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Don't stop. Keep going. Right, Theo?
Is consistency.
That's it.
Yeah.
Success.
I'm going to take this for at least 10 years after I die. I'm going to make sure they put a 10-year supply of these nutrients into my coffin when I die.
Do you want it in the bottle or just pour it on?
No, just, just in the containers. I don't want the ants to get any of it.
Oh, Dr. Wallach. Well, so Theo, what do you see in your future? What other big plans do you have that you're now able to do, whether it's because of your MBA career, because of what you have found in longevity?
Well, mainly these guys right here.
Hi, guys.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so just continue to be daddy, be coach, and try to help them understand what proper nutrition is and what it can do for them as well. So I can get them to take it every now and then.
Well, that's one of God's greatest, what should I say, paths, is to do good things for the next generation and your fellow people in your generation. We cannot thank you enough for sharing all that you've done, because you have been a light in the darkness, because you stuck with it. You are still doing it. And, you're still out there being physical. And how old are you now?
I'm about to turn 50 next week.
You're going to turn 50, the big 50.
50.
All right. Well, congratulations.
It's a blessing.
Yes, happy early birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So we'll be the first ones to sing you happy birthday, Theo. And I know you and the kids are out and you're busy taking some time out to join us here. We just greatly appreciate you and thank you for all that you've done. I know Doc talks about you all the time.
Yes, I appreciate it.
You're one of God's greatest angels, and we love you for it.
Yep. Thank you, Doc.
So, all right.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Go get some of that good rebound. Get the minerals in your life. Changes your life.
That's right. That's right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Theo. We appreciate you. You've been such an inspiration to many, including Dr. Wallach.
And Theo's story
have a blessed
is in
day.
this book. Yeah, the Wallach Revolution. Your story is in this book. There's a 75-year journey, and there's all these great stories in there, and Theo's story is one of them. An impossibility just based on nutrition. And of course, we cannot thank Theo enough for being this story in this book, The Wallach Revolution. Now there you go. There's dozens of stories in there. Okay, these are some of my major successes. We couldn't get all 600 in there, okay, but we do have dozens of major stories in here, and Theo's story is one of them, because he was a mess. Okay, there was no way he was going to come back and play professional basketball. With bone-to-bone arthritis in his knees, they wanted to give him double knee replacement. The cartilage was slipping off his hips. They wanted to give him double hip replacement. He fractured his shooting wrist, okay, in his right hand. And, nobody comes back from that. Well, he did, because he gave up all the bad stuff, which he wasn't doing much of, but he did take all the good stuff faithfully. He recovered very quickly. He came back, got a new contract, and played for 11 more years. And then, of course, he contributed to his community and the surrounding community and humanity by getting this facility. And we cannot praise him enough for that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. As I'm going through looking at the comments here out on YouTube, we have Sportus says that Theo was the fastest, hardest working big man in the league when he was at the Sixers. Just awesome. And then we have Z Captain says Theo's maybe the best shot blocker ever. So there's a lot of people that remember what he has done in the NBA and all of his successes. And Dr. Wallach, you are part of that. And I'm so very excited that we are able to present him to our community also. So folks, if you are watching and you know somebody who has kids that are active in sports, if you know somebody that is active themselves in sports, please share this program with them. Be part of what keeps them from having all of this degeneration that, trust me, is very painful. You've heard the message. It's your obligation to share it, just to help somebody else not suffer or to stop the suffering. Now, we cannot guarantee that we cannot say that our products diagnose, prevent, cure any diseases, but folks, your body was designed to continually be recreating and growing. And if you've got the raw ingredients that it needs to create healthy cells, you're going to have healthier cells. I mean, it's like the liver, Dr. Wallach. People can have cirrhosis of the liver, stage 4. Get on the nutrition, take out the bad foods, decontaminate their insides with nutrients by flooding the bodies with nutrients, and the liver can come back.
Yeah, the liver has enormous capacity to heal itself.
And so do muscle and the connective tissue, the skin, all of these things that, based on what we put into our bodies, the outcome can be positive or negative. And we are empowered to play a big part in that. And Dr. Wallach, your formulas, your research that went into them has been so impactful in so many lives that I just can't thank you enough for all that you have done. I know we have just a few more minutes. I want to make sure that everybody gets back with the person that shared this program with them. Thank them. If there's nobody to thank, feel free to go to dailywithdoc.com. We do have a contact us there. I know we didn't get to many questions today. I'm going to try to get to a couple. But use that contact us, send us your questions. And if you have never spoken to anybody about longevity before, anybody about Dr. Wallach, feel free to contact my call team at 855-949-3377. But again, that is for people who have not already been in communication with somebody about Dr. Wallach and the longevity products. So Dr. Wallach, let's go to hand up, and I know that the order is not right because the co-hosts, when they have their hands up, it doesn't come in the right order. But Phyllis, go ahead and unmute yourself and come on. I know you had a question for a client that we were talking about before the show, so your hand was up first.
Yes, Doc, I've got a question for Helen. She's not on the Zoom. She's 80 years young, retired military, 5'4", 150 pounds, no medication. Now, you have already advised her on a few things. You've talked to her a couple of times about MS, sciatica, and tinnitus, and she religiously avoids the bad foods. And she is a vegetarian, but she's eating eggs and as much healthy fat as she can. And I think this is hard to believe. She may take more product than you do. She probably takes several servings of the Brain and Heart Pack, copious other products. So here's her question. Her legs are below the knee are chronically slightly swollen with tight muscles in her calves. Recently, one leg is a little more swollen, feels warm and red up to the knee, got a brown patch near her ankle with blistery skin. She's been putting colloidal silver on it, which seems to help. What are your thoughts on that red swollen leg?
Okay, well, she needs to add two things to her program. Number one, the Ultimate Daily Classic Tablets, 3 words, Ultimate Daily Classic Tablets. That'll supply greater blood flow, okay, and blood flow support to all areas of the body, including the ankles and the feet and the legs and the knees and the hips and the back and so forth, okay, and the brain. And then also, if there's any blood pressure issues going on there, it'll support healthy blood pressure. If she's on any blood pressure medication, don't cold turkey off of that, but as the blood pressure improves, she can slowly reduce the blood pressure medication based on the numbers. And then we do have, if she has pain anywhere, we do have the Hemp FX Soothe. Okay, put a couple of spritzes of that wherever she has the pain, and it'll give her about 4 to 6 hours of pain relief. And I love it, okay, because I still do a lot of exercise and this, that, and the other, walking and that kind of stuff. And so every once in a while I'll pull something and I use that Soothe, okay. It's called Hemp FX, and it's legal. And you know, I buy 6 of those tubes at a time. And when I get down to the last tube, I'll buy 6 more tubes. You know, the 6 tubes will last me about a year, okay, for pain relief. All right, swelling relief, anti-inflammatory. And then let's see here. I think she's covering it with what she's doing, but don't forget that I also throw in the MSM. If she is not taking the MSM, she needs the MSM at her body weight. She could take three times a day. It'll be 2 bottles a month of MSM. They're big bottles. And they will support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone exposed itself, the skin, artery walls, anything made out of collagen and connective tissue will be benefited by the MSM. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, God bless you. And, you know, give us a call every couple of weeks and let us know how she's doing.
Sure will. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Phyllis. And let's go right over to Gloria. Gloria, go ahead and unmute if you would. You're on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Gloria. What's up?
Gloria, can you unmute?
Yes.
There you go.
And let me start the video. My question, I'm sorry, I have laryngitis, terrible allergies here in the Napa Valley. My question is about my cholesterol. A year and a half ago, I was 283, and 2 weeks ago, went up to 309. I am gluten-free, I don't eat junk, don't drink junk. The only thing I'm doing different is having the 3 eggs every morning as you're advised. And my smoothies, I add protein and a lot of fruit. I love fruit. So I put it in my smoothies and the protein to supplement because I lost 5 pounds and I want to get them back because I'm 116. Yeah. So I'm the opposite. So.
Okay, well, let's stop there. Let's stop there for a minute.
Okay.
Cholesterol is not a bad thing. Cholesterol does not block arteries. That was a misrepresentation by doctors 100 years ago. They missed it by a million miles. Cholesterol does not cause blocked arteries. Fried foods and salad dressings and cooking oils is what causes blocked arteries. Cholesterol makes up 25% of your brain weight, normal brain weight, as the white matter of the brain. Okay. Cholesterol makes up 25% of your spinal cord weight. Okay. It's called myelin, the white matter of the brain. It's white matter of the brain and white matter of the spinal cord are 100% cholesterol. Okay. And so to have your blood cholesterol up above 100 is not a bad thing. You just need to not be frying anything. No fried chicken, no fried fish, no fried potatoes, no fried vegetables, no fried eggs, nothing fried. Okay.
I don't.
Okay, good. But so do not take cholesterol lowering drugs. Okay. Cholesterol lowering drugs will cause you to really be in trouble. You'll wind up getting Alzheimer's disease. You'll wind up with MS. You'll wind up with those kind of things. Also, there's a new one out, FTD, frontal temporal dementia, which is kind of an Alzheimer's disease, which deals with the front and the temporal parts of the brain, and the whole back half of the brain is normal. And so doctors can't figure that one out. Well, that's all because where the blood supply is and so forth. And, these are people who are taking statin drugs, are avoiding cholesterol, and that's why they're losing their memory on the front part of the brain and the temporal, the sides of the brain, because, there's a lot of cholesterol as part of the myelin, the white matter of the brain. You hear, oh yeah, they did an MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, and they say I'm losing the white matter of my brain. I've got demyelinization. Well, that means you're losing the cholesterol in your brain because you've been following the doctor's advice on diet and drugs, and they're getting it all wrong. Okay.
Well, I know she wants me to take those statins, and I say, no, I don't take any medication. I exercise, I run, I swim, I do everything. What am I doing wrong that my cholesterol went up? That's my only question.
Okay.
And
well, that means you're sexy because cholesterol makes up 95% of female hormones. So if your cholesterol is that high, that means you're
I'm
very
beyond
sexy
that.
lady.
I'm 77. I'm beyond that.
You're 130? What?
77.
Oh.
And I'm beyond that. I just want not to be my kids.
You're a mere child. A mere child.
Yeah,
we want you to get to be 130.
As long as my brain works fine and then my body functions. So I shouldn't worry that my LDL is 198 and my triglycerides is 99. And what else? Oh, the A1C is 5.5.
Okay, good. Now, how's your memory?
It's good. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's yeah.
Okay, how many times you wake up at night to urinate? Once, 3 times, 5 times?
Once for sure.
Okay.
Sometimes once in a while I sleep my 8 hours without waking up.
Okay, good. What about has your voice changed any?
No, just now with the allergies that I got, and my voice is better today. Yesterday I couldn't speak.
Okay. Do you have any ringing in your ears, any tinnitus or ringing in your ears, any balance problems?
Once in a blue moon.
Okay, every once in a while. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, keep going like you're going. You're getting more good things than bad things. And so let's go there. Call us every week or every 2 weeks and, keep in touch, and we'll kind of walk you through this. But, you can have osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing, the 12 pairs of cranial nerves squeezing the spinal cord, causing a lot of this kind of stuff. But if you're taking all these nutrients, this should all be good. Okay.
So, okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Gloria. And Dr. Wallach, real quick, we've got a female. She's 47 years old, 5'3", 175 pounds, going through hot flashes, hormonal imbalances. Those are the only conditions that she's experiencing. No blood pressure issues, no blood sugar issues. What would you recommend for her?
Okay, at 170 pounds, wanted to give up all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, iron, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, no buckwheat. Even the carbonated water's got to go because it neutralizes stomach acid, so you can't absorb minerals and digest food. And then I wanted to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. Full dose of everything twice a day. She weighs 170 pounds, right? Okay. Then I wanted to have 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, or dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, discs between vertebrae, bone makes a bone itself, skin, artery walls, and all that kind of stuff. And then because she's having hot flashes, I want her to get our Xerafem. I want her to take 3 of those twice a day. And that will give her ovaries what they need to make hormones to balance that out, so she's not having those problems, which are probably hormonally related. But she does need to eat at 170 pounds, 2 to 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, not hard boiled, not fried. And let's see here. I also want her to have at lunchtime 1 or 2 of our chewable I-26 tablets. They taste like vanilla ice cream. Okay, even little kids like them. And it'll say right on the label, provides 25% of the daily requirement of cholesterol. You require cholesterol. Cholesterol makes up 95% of the weight of female hormones, 95% of the weight of male hormones, 25% of your brain, and 25% of your spinal cord. Any doctor who says to stay away from cholesterol should have their licenses suspended or even taken away.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And we greatly, greatly appreciate you. I know you need to get on to your next program. Thank you so much. Folks, you heard it. Cholesterol is not our enemy. Cholesterol is required and is what's needed. 95% of our hormones, estrogen, testosterone, 25% of our brain weight is cholesterol. If you take that away, it's like common sense. You take away the cholesterol that the brain needs, what's going to happen to the brain? It's going to stop functioning the way we want it to. You take cholesterol away and it's 95, it's needed for our hormones and hormone balance. And then you've got eggs that have been demonized and we wonder why everybody's going crazy. Okay, those are my words, not Dr. Wallach's. But I just want to thank you all for joining us here on Daily with Doc. If I could get my co-hosts up with me, I would greatly appreciate it. We have Phyllis Anderson and Ruth Ellen Sanchez, Sherry Browning, Marilyn Pizarra, and also we have Farhan with us. So everybody, it takes a team. It takes different skills to be able to put a program like this together, to be able to build a business. And that's what we do. We use what's called advanced team building in building our businesses as certified holistic health coaches and longevity associates. We use longevity products as solutions to a problem that is prevalent around the world. Nutrient deficiencies are impacting lives, impacting families, impacting communities. They're impacting our world, everyone. And fortunately, we have a supply of those plant-derived minerals, those prehistoric minerals that will last thousands of years, that we want to make sure that we share with people around the world. If you have a heart for people, if you want to make an additional income stream, if you have skills that you want to put to use as part of a team, get back with the person that shared this program with you. Tell them, hey, you know, I think I want some more information about what it is that I can do to help build awareness of nutrient deficiencies, how they impact life, and the solution to restoring healthier communities around the world. My name is Becca Dukes, the hostess of this program, Daily with Doc. I am very honored to have my co-hosts with me who are here as support each and every day for myself and those that contact us. And thank you. Thank you, team,
Rebecca,
for impacting my life. Yes, ma'am. What am I forgetting?
we are not going to be on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of this week. And we will see everybody next week. And Becca,
I'm
we
not going to
love-
forget. I'm taking a vacation, folks.
She needs it. Rebecca needs a break. And we all love working with Rebecca as much as she loves us. I am
Well,
speaking
thank you
for
so much.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone out in YouTube world, thank you. We will miss you too, Sportus, and Rumble and Facebook and all of those that are here with us live on Daily with Doc, on Daily with Doc live Zoom, no, Daily with Doc Zoom.com. You can find all of our replays for our past almost 3 years now that include Ask Doc Live. So I got to keep all those words right on dailywithdoc.com. You'll also find a store there. That's for the people that have not spoken to anybody about longevity or Dr. Wallach. Feel free to use our store. Feel free to use us as a resource to help spread the news, the message of hope that there are things that we can do as empowered individuals to help ourselves and our families and our communities not just survive, but thrive. Until next time, bye for now. Mwah.